Hi, welcome to Lulu's Boutique Academy. This is video 1 out of so many that are going to be released. I hope you're as excited as I am to get your business making a lot of money. So this video, if you can't already tell, is what to do before you start your business. So if you already have your business, if you've been going for years, this is still something great that you could watch that maybe you could back up and take a look at just to kind of make sure you're in line with how things should have been done from the beginning. All of my advice is coming from what I did and what I should have done, mistakes that I've made and mistakes that I've seen. So this video is getting started. Number one thing I will say is to perfect your craft before you ever open your business. So if you already have your business open again, I would just say if you are struggling to actually make income, start back at this step, perfecting your craft. Whatever you're making, whether it be vinyl shirts, whether it be mugs, whether it be bows, whatever you are making, assuming you are in the handmade boutique sort of business, perfect it first. I mean, you've made a product and you think, I'm going to sell this. Great idea. What you want to do is put it up on a shelf, display it. Say if I walked into a store and I saw this item, would I actually pay for it? And if I would, how much would I be willing to pay for it? What flaws am I seeing in it that I would dislike in it? And then get your product into someone else's hands for free. Ask a friend or a family member to be blatantly honest with you about your product. What is better? What could be done better? What's not great about it? Be willing to accept criticism. Be willing to get your feelings hurt. Because if someone's not honest with you and they say, oh yeah, this is great, you should absolutely sell it, and it's really flawed, you're going to wonder why you're not making money, and this could be the problem. So perfect your craft first. Research your competition. So say you want to open your business. You should absolutely go on every platform you can. Every platform you would purchase from, every platform your ideal customer would purchase from. And we'll talk about your ideal customer later. But research your competition. Say you're doing bows, you want to go look at other bow shops. Take notes of what things stand out to you that you like as a customer and what things you probably don't like and would steer you away. You don't want to copy your competition at all. You want to get notes, get ideas, see the things that you like, see the things that you dislike, and make sure that you're falling into line of things that you would draw you in to purchase the bows, because those same things are going to draw your customers in to purchase your item. Before you get started in your business, you should know a couple of things. A, you have to spend money to make money. You cannot expect to go into business and not spend anything and make a bunch of money off of it. Do not buy cheap, bad quality products to make whatever your finished product is, and then expect to make top dollar off of it. If you are buying cheap supplies, you're going to make no income or very, very little income. So make sure you're putting something out that you can be proud of, that is good quality, that is going to hold up before you start your business. Okay, so let's talk about purchasing your supplies for your product. This is something that should take you a lot of research. A lot. I mean, like months worth of research, if we're being completely honest. This is one of the biggest mistakes that people tend to make when starting their business. They buy supplies wherever they find them, they purchase it, and they don't do their research on what the supplier offers, how much they can get it for, the quality of the product, etc., etc. So what I would suggest is purchasing samples from different suppliers. Wait for them to come in and test out the samples from each supplier and decide which one you actually like, which one's going to offer you the best quality, the best price, and the best customer service. You want to look for all three of those. Don't just go out and buy bulk inventory from a supplier that you've never dealt with. I've made this mistake on several occasions. Actually, I did this recently. One of my suppliers went out of business, and I didn't know they went out of business, so when I went to reorder my product, I needed it very quickly. So I purchased from a supplier. I had a good conversation with them. I asked a bunch of questions. The shipping took much, much longer than they promised. And the product came and it was not correct. It was complete trash. And it cost me about $600 in my own personal money, $600. So it's my own mistake. I didn't look into it good enough. I didn't research the supplier good enough. And I didn't ask for sample products first. If you are purchasing your supplies from overseas, keep in mind that requesting samples is not free, and shipping takes a long time. When you order supplies from overseas and you wait for the items to ship, typically you're ordering something small and shipping takes a lot longer. Now when you do go to order your bulk supplies, shipping's much quicker because you're spending a lot more money. The supplier's willing to ship it DHL or FedEx, which is a lot quicker, 3 to 5 days typically, once the production is done. So once again, get samples from several different suppliers and take note of what you like about each supplier, how much it costs from each supplier, and who has the best communication and customer service. Because speaking, especially again, if you're ordering from overseas, speaking to suppliers overseas is not always easy. They don't always speak the best English, and so it's hard to communicate well with them and tell them exactly what you're looking for. So the next thing I want to talk about is a spreadsheet. If you are in the community group for Lulu's Boutique Academy, I actually have created a spreadsheet for you. You can just go use that one. If you're not in the community group, I highly recommend you create yourself a spreadsheet before you ever even officially get started. It should have on there the supplier's name and maybe their email address, whatever you need to know how to contact them again, their email address, their website, whatever it is, the product description, how much the product costs you plus shipping, and how much of it you bought, the quantity you bought. This way, if you need to reorder, you can go back and see all the details of how much you paid, because suppliers will change prices on you. And you can say, well, this is what I paid last time. Can you offer me that again? Or you can see, this is a good way to look back and see how much your product actually cost you to make. For example, if you're making bows and you bought 25 yards of ribbon from me, depending on how much it costs, you could break down how much of that ribbon you used versus how much you bought, so you know exactly how much it cost you for that piece of ribbon you used in your hair bow, if that makes sense. So keep track of that stuff. That way when you're pricing your items, it's very easy to know exactly how much money you put into the product, so you know how much money you want to make out of the product. Just know that it is stressful owning your own business. A lot of people think, oh, I'm going to work for myself, this is going to be so great, and it is. It is so great. But working for yourself is also very stressful. You have all of the burden on you, all of the financial responsibility, all of the customer service, all of the packing and shipping, all of the marketing, all of it is on your shoulders. Be willing to know that and be willing to work for it. If you are not willing to put in the effort it takes to run a successful business, maybe this isn't for you. A lot of people will take a picture of an item, post it on Facebook or post it on whatever platform they are, and let it Etsy, and just let it sit there and expect the customers to flock to you and your success overnight. It is not going to work like that. Honest to God, you have to work more owning your own business than you ever would working a 9 to 5 at some other job. Because like I said, every aspect of the company is all on you. Keep in mind that financial responsibility aspect of it. If you make a mistake, I make a lot of mistakes. Be willing to own up to it. Be willing to fix it right away. Take responsibility. If you make a bad product, if you make a mistake, whatever it is, own up to it, fix it, and move forward. Let's talk about taking customs. When I first started, and I think this is with a lot of shops, when you get started, you're like, I just want to make a sale. I just want to make a sale. So whatever the customer wants, whatever the customer asks for, I'm going to make that happen. Sometimes you just want to make the sale and you're willing to take on customs, and customs are not the right way to go, because a lot of times customs can take up more time than your regular product would. You have to design something for them, or you have to move ingredients around or purchase new ingredients to do customs, and a lot of times customers who want custom items won't always return. They wanted it, that one custom item, that's it, and they don't really like your regular items. And a lot of times you won't charge enough for a custom item. If you are willing to do custom items and you really love taking custom orders, that's great. Just be willing to understand that customs usually take more time and more money, so charge appropriately. Speaking of charging appropriately, let's talk about pricing. Do not sell yourself short on your pricing. Obviously, going back to the first one, making sure you have a quality product that is worth actually putting out into the world is number one. Assuming that you have that quality product that you're willing to put out into the world, please do not sell yourself short. There's no point in undercutting your competition, because then people are going to think that your quality is bad and that your items are cheap. Some people will flock to your items because they are the cheapest. They will not be return customers because they're also cheap in quality typically, or you're losing money. If you have a great item and your item is not priced accordingly to what it's worth, you're probably not making a good profit. So I have a whole blog on the website about pricing. That's already there. It's already available if you want to see like how to calculate how much you should be pricing your items at. But I will be doing a video about pricing your items also. So just stay tuned for that. So one more thing that I wanted to mention that I see happen a lot with new businesses. You want to open your business, you want to get started and dive in right away. So you use someone else's photos and you post them as your own, or you post and say, I can make this. Who wants to buy from me? Never, 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 never do this. You have to create the product yourself. You have to use your own images. It's called stealing. I mean, do not ever take someone else's pictures, even if you're saying, not my photo, but I can make this. You're basically lying to your customer. You're saying, I can make this, but I can't guarantee it's going to look exactly like this. How can your customer know that that's not actually your product? You're just going to try your best to replicate it. Don't do that. Make your own product, take your own photos, use your own logos, be authentic. So, starting your business as far as branding, you should think about all this stuff. A lot of people they make a product, or they come up with an idea one day, and the very next day they've opened the business. And that is scary. You're going to expect so much, and you haven't put any work in behind the scenes to get to that point. So slow down, take your time, and make sure your branding, your themes, your logos, all that are out there and ready, and it's consistent so that you're not changing. This is something that I did at the very beginning is I moved from making hair bows to doing supplies and designer ribbon, and I was changing my logos almost every month. I would love it one day, and then I would change it the next day, and then the next week I would change it again, and I was putting up different logos all the time. It was making it so that my customers couldn't recognize me as a brand. So choose your theme colors, choose your design, and have a designer make several for you so you could choose one that you really like, and make sure you are absolutely in love with it before you finalize it and go forward with that being your theme. There's nothing wrong changing it down the line years into it, but you definitely want to be consistent so that when your customer is scrolling through whatever social media platform or the internet that they're looking at, when they see something, they know that it's you. I'm pretty sure at this point, if someone sees my logo, my theme, my colors, whatever, they're going to know it's me at this point, because I've stuck with the same colors, I've stuck with the same logo for a couple of years now, and so people recognize that that's mine right when they see it. For Jill, everyone knows Jill, I'm sure, my business partner. When I see something, even if it doesn't have her logo on it, because I know her style right away, I know that she designed that. Because I know what her style is. I know what she tends to lean towards. Right away, I'm like, you designed this, didn't you? Because it's amazing. So I will have a list in the community group of all sorts of different designers. Jill is obviously the number one that I'm going to recommend, but there are a couple others that I love also in there to create logos for you, banners for you, shop announcements, all these things that you're going to need, especially if you're using social media platforms to sell, such as Instagram, Facebook, Etsy, and those sort. Etsy isn't really social media, but you still want all your branding and logos to be the same colors, the same consistencies. So also, along with these videos within the group, we can do questions and answers. If I miss something in this initial video, we'll go over to that group and have a discussion about it. You can ask questions, and of course, there's going to be more videos to come with more information. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.